Think of all the wild, crazy, unique things that happen in all the different places of the Earth. Each of these things happens as a result of where they are in the world. Different temperatures and conditions play a large part as to what happens on this planet. Biomes are everywhere. Look outside. Admire everything. These are all just small things that make up a large biome.
In specific, the tropical rainforest of Indonesia is a very interesting biome with many unique features. It only makes up 6% of the world, however, thousands of species roam the trees in this dense, biodiverse setting. All sorts of plants fill the space underneath the thick layer of trees above. Geologists say there could be an undiscovered species 10 feet away from you, and you probably wouldn't even notice. It could be a bird, plant, or even a microscopic insect too small to see. A safari through the rainforest of Indonesia is a trip of a lifetime. It can tend to get hot, but chances are you'll get a cool rainfall to cool you off.
This map of Indonesia shows how much of the actual country is made up from the rainforest. The forest is almost everywhere, but the yellow on the map represents the disappearing portion because of deforestation. The wood from this forest can be sold for great profit both legally and illegally. Deforestation is a huge issue as so much of the forest is already being destroyed. Most of the logging is done illegally because the lumber can be sold for good money. However, pulp and paper companies are beginning to buy less lumber from Indonesia because of the severe deforestation.
These pictures show the dense, thick terrain of the Indonesian rainforest that is home to many different kinds of wildlife. Even though the thick canopy blocks the view of this extraordinary environment, the pictures still give a feel for what it would be like to explore here. Lots of people wouldn't want to come here in the rain, but the rainy weather can bring out animals that you likely wouldn't see otherwise.
In the Indonesian tropical rainforest, the temperature fluctuates, but usually stays somewhere from 75 to 85 degrees. The best time of year to visit the rainforest is late spring to late summer because this is when it is the sunniest and driest. In Indonesia, they don't exactly have winter. Instead, there is a wet season, which would be the worst time to visit because you might get caught in a monsoon. A monsoon is a seasonal wind that can last for several months. It is more than capable of ruining your trip to Indonesia. Although, if you make the smart decision to travel here during the dry season, the two best cities to visit are Ubud and Kalimantan. These two cities are the best to visit because of their many tourist attractions like palaces in the forest, museums, island resorts, scuba diving, and many more. Hundreds of thousands of different plant species thrive in the Indonesian rainforest because of the amount of dead leaves and other decay on the rainforest floor. Decay is when something rots or breaks down because of bacteria or fungi. We're going to be talking about just 3 of the plant species in the rainforest, and the first of them is the rainbow gum eucalyptus. Indonesia is the only part of the world in which it grows, and even in the rainforest it can be hard to find. If you manage to see one, you will instantly realize why it got its interesting name. This tree has adapted to make its leaves hang vertically to reduce sunlight exposure to keep itself cold.
Next is the Padma rakasa rafflesia. This is a flower native to the rainforest of Indonesia. This plant is very large and can weigh up to 12 pounds. Its weight is similar to that of a large cat. This flower gives off a strong odor to warn the predator of its poisons. This adaptation is the main reason it stays alive in a predator-filled environment. Last certainly but not least, we have the Titan arum. This is another flower that can only be found in the rainforest of Indonesia. It produces pollen for itself as its own food source, which can also make it a prime target for insects. Much like the Rafflesia, the Titan arum gives off a strong odor to prevent being pollinated by insects. If it loses too much pollen, it will basically starve to death.
The Indonesian rainforest is not only home to some of the most extraordinary plants in the world. The vast variety of animals here ranges from rhinos to monkeys to deadly reptilians. The first of these animals is the infamous Komodo dragon, the largest lizard in the world and arguably the deadliest as well. The Komodo dragon can reach 10 feet long and weigh up to 200 pounds. They are equipped with razor-sharp claws and a muscular tail. As if this animal doesn't sound scary enough, it also has a venomous bite and has adapted to reach speeds of 15 miles an hour in order to catch deer, wild pigs, and water buffalo.
Next is the common, well-known orangutan. This orange, screeching monkey is fast and likes to hang out in the canopy of the rainforest. The canopy is the top area of the rainforest with a thick layer of leaves and branches. The orangutan can swing from branch to branch, making it very maneuverable. This furry creature feeds mainly on bark, leaves, flowers, and over 300 types of fruit.
Third and possibly most interesting animal is the flying foxbat. The flying foxbat might sound like something out of a cartoon, but is actually a real thing. It is the largest species of bat in the world, with a wingspan that can reach 6 feet long. Don't worry, it's not going to eat you, because they feast upon natural fruits and nectars that the rainforest supplies. Despite being huge, they only weigh a couple of pounds. Because they only weigh about 2 pounds, they've adapted to fly for extensive periods of time.
Our fourth animal is the Asian elephant. This soft giant has a cousin in Africa known as the African elephant. The Asian elephant is born without sweat glands to protect itself from the intense humidity in the environment. This elephant eats mostly grass and shrubs, but can also eat tree bark, twigs, and even fruit. This animal might seem friendly, but can get aggressive if approached too suddenly.
The last of the animals is the Sumatran tiger. This big cat is kind of like the football player of all animals, in the aspect that it's just big and fast. The animal is built to hunt prey, although has a very unique aspect that other cats don't have. In the 2 million years that they've been around, they have learned to love the water, and have adapted to become very good swimmers. The population of these tigers is small, but there is still hope for them to thrive again. The population of these tigers ties into a serious issue with many species in Indonesia. Poaching is a growing issue year after year. Poachers want things from animals, whether it be their hide or horn or any other part of their body. The worst of poaching is with 2 species called the Javan rhino and the pangolin. The Javan rhino is severely endangered with just around 60 of them left. Poachers can sell the rhino's horn for lots of money, although not how they're placed in a national park for protection. The pangolin is the most trafficked animal in the world, and poachers hunt them for their scales. But as they have received But as of 2016, they have received the highest level of protection under the Convention of International Trade in Endangered Species in Wild Fauna and Flora.
If you have ever visited this rainforest or ever plan to, you should probably know about the legend of Sea Cancel. Cancel was a clever mouse deer that was always outsmarting hunters and farmers. As people tried to kill this mouse deer for years, he always found a way to avoid what seemed to be his inevitable death. He continued to torment farmers until he disappeared, never to be seen again.
There's so many interesting things going on in Indonesia, so we put together 5 facts that we thought were the most intriguing. We have already talked about deforestation, but every year the rainforest of Indonesia loses about an average of 1,690,000 acres of trees. This is the largest threat to the environment, and lots of it is done illegally. Geologists are doing everything they can to prevent the destruction of these important habitats.
Want to talk about biodiversity? A new species is discovered on almost every expedition through this rainforest, whether it's a plant, insect, or even a microorganism. A microorganism is an organism that is too small to see with the naked eye. Scientists find new ones in this ecosystem all the time.
If you didn't already know, Indonesia is home to the 2nd largest rainforest in the world, only behind the infamous Amazon rainforest. Its size makes it one huge habitat for hundreds of thousands of organisms, whether it's animals, plants, or insects, living in the undergrowth. The undergrowth is the bottom layer of the rainforest. You will find the shorter plants and shrubs located here.
There are so many trees in this ecosystem that the rainforests of Indonesia are sometimes referred to as the lungs of the world. These rainforests produce the majority of oxygen on Earth, which is why it is given that unique name.
Finally, this rainforest is home to the largest flower in the world, the Rafflesia arnoldi. This ginormous flower can be 4 feet in diameter and weigh up to 15 pounds. These rainforests are the only place on Earth where it grows, making it also one of the rarest flowers in the world.
To sum it all up, the rainforests of Indonesia are home to some of the wildest organisms that you might not even realize existed. This biome is easily one of the most biodiverse regions in the world. If you're looking for a getaway, a safari through these rainforests of Indonesia will surely not disappoint.